We begin Tisha B'Av lamenting the destruction of the Holy Temple. We remember the city of Yerushalayim, what Yerushalayim once was, a budding city where Jews from across the globe would come in to have a connection with the Kadosh Baruch Hu in the Beis HaMikdash. Yerushalayim is described as Badad, as the famed words of Eicha starts off, Eicha Yashva Badad. Yerushalayim is now empty. It's alone. It's deserted. A few weeks ago, in Parshas Balak, we used the word Badad as a bracha. When Bilam is hired by Balak to curse the Jewish people, HaKadosh Baruch Hu instead puts into his mouth words of blessings. And he describes Bnei Yisrael as a nation that is badad, as a nation that is alone, that is lonely. On one hand, this word badad is used to describe the biggest calamity of Jewish history, the destruction of Yerushalayim. And on the other hand, the word badad is used to give us a bracha, that we should be badad. How do we reconcile the blessing of Bilam with the description of the destruction of Yerushalayim? And Rabbi Benjamin Sharfman makes an amazing distinction. He says that the word badad in Eicha, in the destruction of Jerusalem, is an emotional state. Is that yes, Yerushalayim was physically destroyed. Yerushalayim was now deserted. It wasn't the city it once was. The Beis HaMikdash is gone. But beyond that, Yerushalayim is lonely. That intimate connection that we had the ability to create with HaKadosh Baruch Hu in the Beis HaMikdash is no longer there. We no longer can go there. It's an emotional feeling of being lonely. But when it comes to the blessing of the Jewish people, Bilam says, we are alone. We are people that are standing and we are unique. Moshe Rabbeinu was Badad. Moshe Rabbeinu was the only one who had that intimate connection, panim el HaKadosh Baruch Hu. And lahavdil, we have people with unique accolades, people who are achieving high degrees of success, who are alone. They're alone in those categories. And Bnei Yisrael, the Jewish nation, are a people that is alone. We stand alone in our values. We stand alone, strong in unity of those values. And we come together when we need to defend those values. Our goal during these 3 weeks, especially during the time of the 9 days, is to channel that uniqueness, those Jewish values, those values that make us badad, and cure the loneliness, the badad of Yerushalayim. That loneliness, that lack of an intimate connection with HaKadosh Baruch Hu. When Rabbi Akiva saw the destruction, the Gemara at the end of the tractate of Makos describes his outlook. He sees a fox in the Makom HaMikdash. He sees an animal where the Kohen Gadol used to go in once a year. And while all the other Chachamim are crying, he starts to laugh. And they ask Rabbi Akiva, how can you be laughing in a time of destruction? And Rabbi Akiva says, because I know the Geula is to come. This is what it means to use our values, to channel our unique ability to create connections between one another, to bring back Yerushalayim.